Most people have never taken a philosophy class, and honestly, that's probably a good thing because if your experience of philosophy is like a lot of people, you're probably thinking about professors who argue over obscure ideas, ancient books no one reads, complicated words no one understands, and debates that seem like they don't have anything to do with ordinary life. But that wasn't what philosophy was originally for. Philosophy wasn't created to impress people. It wasn't made to win arguments. It certainly wasn't created to earn university degrees. It was created for one reason: to help human beings live better lives. And I think every one of us is trying to answer these questions. Things like, how do I become happier? How do I raise good children? How do I build a successful marriage? How can I become mentally stronger? And how do I deal with things like anxiety, failure, grief, anger, temptation, success? How do I become the kind of person I actually admire? These are philosophical questions, whether we realize it or not. Every one of us is already living according to some philosophy. You already do. You can't help it. But the only question is it a good one? Are you living according to a good philosophy? For more than 2,000 years, some of the greatest minds who ever lived wrestled with these exact same questions. People like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Thomas Aquinas, not because they wanted to write famous books, because they wanted to understand how should a human being live. And in doing this, they left us with a great inheritance, thousands of years of accumulated wisdom. And it's not about making money. It's not about becoming famous, or it's about being wiser. It's about being better. It's about being more courageous, more just, more disciplined, more peaceful, and honestly, more fully human. The tragedy is that most people never encounter this. These books, they sit on university shelves, they're discussed in graduate seminars, they're buried beneath technical language, and ordinary people are left thinking, yeah, maybe that's not for me. Well, I don't believe that. I think these books belong to everyone. That's why I created this channel, The Examined Life. It's not to simplify philosophy, and it's not to water it down, but to translate it, to take the greatest ideas ever written, explain them in plain English, and remain faithful to what these philosophers actually meant, and to ask one question throughout every episode: what difference does this make tomorrow morning? Because philosophy is not just information, it's training for life. So that's what we do here every week. We read the great books together. We'll wrestle with difficult questions. We'll challenge ideas that may or may not survive careful examination. And we'll learn from men who have spent centuries teaching us how to live well. It's not because these ancient ideas are automatically true. It's because the best ideas remain true no matter how old they are. So if you're looking for quick life hacks, this is not the channel for you. If you want political outrage, this is definitely not the channel for you. But if you're the kind of person who wants to think more clearly, live more deliberately, build stronger character, become a better husband, a better wife, a better parent, a better friend, a better human being, then I think you're going to feel at home here. My name is Dr. Scott M. Sullivan. I'm a philosopher. I've spent a lot of time reading these great philosophical books. I'm also a martial artist. I'm a business owner, a father, and someone who spent many years, often imperfectly, to live these ideas. So I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do believe the greatest philosophers have asked the greatest questions, and I believe their wisdom can still change lives, including ours. So if that sounds like the kind of journey you'd like to take, then go ahead and subscribe, read with me, think with me, question with me, and together let's build wiser minds, stronger character, and better lives. Because philosophy is not about escaping the real world. It's about learning how to live well within it. Welcome to The Examined Life. Vita Examinata.